This guy. Greetings viewing audience, this is Rich from Technically Fun, and today we're going to be replacing my hood liner. It's fiberglass, it's been on there for 9 years, it's fallen apart, and not only do I want to improve the look of it, I also want to improve the sound coming from the hood, basically through the hood from the engine. And we're going to see if we can quiet that down with the use of some second skin and some boom mat from DEI. Alright, this is fiberglass and we're going to be taking it off. It's already falling apart, so we're just going to use some of this regular old painter's tarp. Alright, so we're going to be using this thing afterwards to kind of create a template for both the sound deadener and the thermal protector. So we're not going to rip this whole thing down, even though I'd love to. We're going to pull these retainer clips out, try to pull this off in one piece, even though it is falling apart. So just be careful when you're doing this to make sure you don't mar the edges. I'm getting impatient because we're losing some light, and I don't have the right tools for the job right now. So we're going to use the good old needle nose pliers and start removing it, but we're still not going to damage the paint. We're just going to do it from this edge instead. And there's our first one. You can also buy these at Pep Boys if any of them break, but that one's reusable. So even though this is a lot cleaner than I expected, we're still going to go over it with some glass cleaner. I find this stuff to be really nice, and it's just going to make sure all the dirt and debris is off. We're going to pay specific attention to the perimeter because that's where the dirt kind of came in, and when it comes to an adhesive you want to make sure that everything's nice and clean. Overall, it's not that bad. Okay, like always, we are on a shoestring budget, and I'm doing this in my garage, on my garage floor. Even though I have the epoxy coat on there, I'm still going to put this plastic painter's tarp down. Just to protect any of the materials that we're going to use, because once dirt gets on there, when you're dealing with an adhesive, you want everything to be as clean as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay down some second skin and then trace around it. Okay, now these are the actual second skin sound deadening pads that I got from them. They're Damplifier Pro. This is from their B stock line, which means every piece is a little bit defective, but not much. It usually has to deal with the way certain edges meet up, or its consistency and thickness, but for my project I just wanted to save money, so this is actually really good value. I recommend it. They do things a little differently in that their foil coating is actually black, which is nice because sometimes you don't want that big shiny reflective surface, so it just makes the appearance a little bit better, I think. Okay, so now we're going to trace this out. So basically we want to make sure that the direction of the adhesive is the same direction that the back of the fiberglass was facing on the hood, so that everything, when we put it up, lines up really nice. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get it close. We won't need the retainer clips to hold this stuff in because it's really sticky. Their adhesive is just beyond. You'll see when you touch this stuff, you can't even get your finger off. It's kind of cool. But we may need retainer clips for the hood liner. That has an adhesive as well, but we'll see that when we come to it. One of the things I like to do here to keep myself not confused, I just put a little circle and a circle and then a triangle and a triangle. You get the idea. It's just so that I have an orientation and I know where everything's going to be, so if something's out of place I can kind of match it back up again. Titanium scissors, highly recommended. It does have foil on it, so you want to get something that's going to cut through that relatively easily and not give you a lot of trouble. Okay, so not all rollers are created equal. This one is from Ballistic, and they make a polyurethane head. And the good thing about this is that contrary to the wood, this will give a little. It also won't split. I've seen a lot of guys use rollers that within the first minutes of using them, that starts to crack and it's pretty much useless after that. I've used this on a lot of applications so far, and it's held together. It's a really nice piece and it's not that expensive. I got it on Amazon. Alright, so there's really no secret with this stuff. Just going to start laying it out and applying it. You kind of have to commit, so make sure you have it lined up, kind of measure twice, cut once, get it in the right spot, and then once it's there, it's going to stick forever. So just push and then start rolling, and that's it. Some of the areas that are going in require a really deep pocket, and since we didn't thermoform this stuff, I'm just going to use a little bit of a razor blade and cut a relief. Okay, we ran into a little bit of a roadblock, nothing too big. The windshield washer tubes are coming through and we got to have access to those, so what we're just going to do is mark where they are and cut a relief. Alright, so we lost a little bit of light here, but you can kind of see the progress that we've made. Some pieces had to be trimmed and cut, but ultimately they all fell into the cracks and crevices. I found out something that really helped was using this guy and using this end of it to push into spots. Really gets those areas in well. Just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that we didn't put in the engine. So it was nice that we put this tarp down and kind of kept some of the finer particles of fiberglass and everything out of the engine bay. And I also want to mention, these are nitrile gloves. These are the 70% thicker ones, and highly recommend them when dealing with fiberglass. I actually should have ones that go all the way up the arm because it is itchy. So that's it for this phase. On to the next.